Thank you for tuning in to Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti. Make sure you got a beverage in your hand. Sit back, relax, and engage with us.
What's going on? Welcome to Not Just Girl Talk. I'm your host, Ashanti.
And I'm your host, Tiffany.
Thank y'all so much for joining us this week. How y'all been doing? How y'all been feeling? What's going on? So, welcome to episode 3. Yes, we're on episode 3. We're excited about this movement that we own. So, getting started, we do have our beverage of the day. We definitely want to know what you sipping on. What you drinking? Tiff, what you got?
Gary, I got a little peanut. I think it's strawberry pina colada.
Oh, you fancy today.
My famous glass that I'm going to continue to use.
That's cute. Well, if y'all heard our last episode, you would know that Tiffany was talking about my beverage. And I decided to, make it an appearance on this show today, which is the wonderful Truly. Yes, it's here. It has made its appearance. This is what I'm drinking. My 100 calorie, 5 gram of carb beverage. Okay, it's good. So I'm drinking on a Truly today. So what y'all drinking on? Let us know what you sipping on while you're listening to us. So moving on. We are currently in the month of March, which is Women's History Month. So we super excited about Women's History Month because we are, of course, 2 women. And we want you all to definitely go back and listen to our previous episodes that we had. So the previous one that we had for February, which was called Her Story. So we definitely want y'all.
Hashtag Her Story. Any strong women making a difference in history, we want to know. Hashtag Her Story.
Yeah, so anything y'all see this month, let us know about, put us in the mix. We've been getting good feedback on Instagram. We've been getting good feedback. Facebook is kind of, it's hit and miss, but I think Instagram, we've been really getting some traction, even on YouTube. So y'all want to see us as well as listen to us because, we cute. We cute. Yep, I said cute. Check us out on our different platforms.
IG is Not Just Girl _talk. Again, that's Not Just Girl _talk. And then YouTube, Not Just Girl Talk podcast. And make sure you comment, like, share. We need you guys to share and like our page. And also Facebook, Not Just Girl Talk with Tiffany and Ashanti. Yes, we want to thank everybody that has been supporting. We've got some consistent people, so keep listening, giving us feedback. We'd love to hear it. Again, we're international still. We had some people from South Africa this time, and so yes, girl.
Y'all want to come? Go ahead and get on the train now. Don't get on the bandwagon.
Someone from Bermuda.
What?
But yes, girl.
I'm telling y'all, y'all don't want to miss this. Don't jump on a bandwagon at the end when we blow up. Y'all want to, so go be a part of the movement now. So anyway, next segment we are highlighting our small business of the month. And this month we are definitely highlighting Chandra Guy. She is the owner of Elite Tax Services. She has been in business for 10 years. So for all of your tax needs, definitely reach out to Chandra. I call her Shan. So if you all know her, reach out to her. We will put her information here on the screen. You will definitely see her. If you are not looking at us, I'm going to call out her information to you where you can definitely reach her. So we have Elite, that's ELITE Tax Services, and the email is elitetax_service@yahoo.com. Again, that's elitetax ELITE tax underscore service at yahoo.com. You can also visit her website. The website is www.elitememphis.com. Again, that's www.elitememphis.com. Definitely go check her out. She is seasoned in her skill of professionalism when it comes to the taxes, and you definitely want to make sure your taxes are right. So she definitely has been doing this for 10 plus years. She is phenomenal. I'm just gonna let y'all know she is. So reach out to her. If you need any additional information, definitely check out our platforms. Her information will be there. It'll be linked for you to reach out to her. So we are definitely highlighting Chandra Guy for Elite Tax Service.
We talked about our small business, so we want to jump in. We asked the question last time, and we wanted some feedback. So we're in 2021 now, and we know that it's different generations. We are, I guess, technically in Generation X, but we've got the millennials and things like that. So our question that we were asking people, what do we think about the 90-day rule? Is it still relevant in 2021? Like, we really wanted to know. We're married, but if we don't know what it's like to date currently now, but our guy's waiting 90 days if it's respectable enough relationship. What you think, Sean?
I don't think they wait 90 days. They not waiting. We in a hot girl session, hot girl summer, hot girl, it's a lot of hot girl stuff going on. So
hot girl season.
I mean, be hot girl season out here. So I don't think that they are waiting 90 days no more. Even with the book being, I'm not gonna say new, but it ain't like oh. But I feel like it reaches a certain bracket of people, and I'm not just gonna down the young folks. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. But 90 days. I don't know, because I'm trying to think, would I be waiting 90 days? I'm just going to tell the truth.
I honestly don't know.
Wait 90 days?
I do believe in, I'm not going to necessarily say 90 days, but I do think that it's important to get to know a guy if you're serious, if it's somebody that you like, and I'm speaking from a female's perspective, but I really was interested in hearing guys, which are y'all willing to wait? And I didn't hear anything from any guys, but I think if it's somebody that you really are trying to get to know, and I don't think that you should, maybe not the first date. I do think you should get to know them if you're wanting a guy's respect. And this is coming from a female's perspective. So I still would like to hear from guys, but I don't think necessarily you'll wait 90 days, but I do think it's important to get to know that person a little bit before jumping in bed if you're serious about them. Now,
but that's the thing. Well, like
that's something different.
Right, like you said, being serious. I think it's like you said, if you're serious, because right now, if you're not serious about somebody, you just dating, you out here just having fun. It is what it is at that point. So it does depend on, I guess, like you said, if you're being serious, if you're really looking for something long term and all of that, then yeah, 90 days. But if you're just really having fun, you dating, you're mingling, as long as you're being safe about it, safe.
Absolutely.
Please be safe. Because I heard condoms race and drop. They need to pick back up. Anyway. Them sales to drop. Y'all need to start buying them just. Not just to prevent pregnancy, but diseases. So, but if you out here having, you're doing your thing, you dating, and you ain't really serious, you ain't really looking for nobody, 90 days, whatever. Now, don't be for the team, but you can have a little fun.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it just depends on what you want. I think a guy will wait, honestly, if you're somebody that they can see a future with. I think they would wait. I don't know necessarily 90 days, but if you're interesting enough or intriguing enough, they just may. They might oh man, they keeping my attention still.
True. Oh, I had a question for you. What you think about Lori Harvey with Michael B.
I mean,
'Cause
I think it's been a lot of attention on them, and it's consistently in the media. So I think they may be dating, but will it last? Maybe. I mean, they're cute together.
I like them together, and people. I really like. I do. I like them together. People were saying that they that she, you know, pretty much is like dating and kind of dating a lot of people and all of that. Look, she's 24. This just turned 24. Who didn't date? Y'all must be ugly then.
That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be you dating until you find the one that keeps your attention.
Right. I mean, she's pretty. She's getting attention.
Yeah.
She's dating. All y'all with the negative comments to my, oh, she for the team. She tossed around. You mad because she didn't want to talk to you. You mad because she didn't want to deal with you.
And what's wrong with dating? Like, I mean,
exactly.
Now, ain't nobody saying he dating a lot, too. You know, that double standard, but you know,
I agree.
I think I like them. They're cute.
I like them together too. I think they're cute. I hope they stay together. I like them. They're cute. So with the 90-day rule, guys, just let us know. I mean, are you waiting? Are you not waiting? If you're serious, we understand serious waiting. But if you're just dating and you out here playing around, you know, we understand that too.
And if not 90 days, well, what's the max? Like you think you could wait? Hold on.
That's true. What's your limit?
New rule. Who knows?
Dudes always invent rules. I'm just, you know, they always got a new rule to the game. True. Anyway, is it okay? Isn't it okay? Our question of the day that we want to put out there is, when should you move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and are people still living with each other? What you think?
You know, in my honest opinion, I don't see a problem with it. I think it's a preference. I think it's okay if you want to wait till you get married. For me, I didn't. We did live together before we were married, but I felt like we were, of course, adults and out of college at that time, but economically, financially, it just made sense. If we knew we were going to get married, and it seemed we were on the right track. So for me, I knew marriage was in my future, whether I had a ring or not. Now, if we did move in together and we just playing house and you not making steps, my husband probably would call it an ultimatum. But whatever you want to call it, within that year at least, if we ain't looking like progression, then we may not be renewing the lease. But yeah, I think it's cool to save money, and you know, it just makes financial sense to me. But I don't think, in my opinion, it needs to be moving towards marriage.
Well, I think I take a different approach on it, because I have lived with a boyfriend and it didn't go nowhere. I mean, kids came out of it, but a marriage didn't come out of it. But I don't think you should move in with each other, because when you move in with each other, you playing house, and then you're giving away things that are sacred for marriage.
Right. So also, are we not having sex before marriage?
That's debatable. That's on, you can still have, okay, hold up. Let me adjust myself for this question. Now, you're not supposed to have sex before marriage, okay? It's according to how I was raised. Let's just say that. Biblically, you're not supposed to be out here having sex before marriage. However, I was out here having sex before marriage, because I got 4 kids before I got married. Okay. So you can, if you are having sex prior to marriage, and I think y'all can still have sex at your own house. You got your house and you got your house. I'm telling you, when you live with a dude before you know that this is somebody you're going to be moving, forward with, you just in that moment. And then I think a lot of stuff come up when you living together and you ain't married, like finances. You like, I ain't gotta tell you all of this. And some people like, I ain't gotta tell you all of that. As long as the bills are being paid and I'm showing up and giving you XYZ, that's what it is. So that full financial umbrella sometimes is not, open. It's pretty closed. And then you gotta not answer to people, but your comings and going and how you move and just your space. And I just really think if you out here living with folks and you ain't married, you should wait. And if you get engaged and you know y'all finna get married and all of that stuff, then you might want to live with each other just to see how each other live. But just to be living with a dude, no.
I see what you're saying. Like I definitely I don't think, I don't even know how long we stayed together, but we were engaged. But I think we may have been staying together before that. So
I don't think it was that long that y'all was staying together though.
no, it wasn't, but I definitely do know that I, living with somebody and dating them in a separate place too, you kind of want to know how people are, because people be set in their ways. But I do think you do have to have a certain level of respect. Once, like you said, you're staying with somebody, once you're staying with somebody, etc. Because it is rude. Like, I mean, if I'm living with you, boyfriend, wife, or not, you coming up out here, if you come in the house 4 o'clock in the morning without me, I may have a problem.
That is true. I mean, I agree with that. And like you said, people are set in their way, so they can be nasty, But when you visit, you can see. When you spend a night, you may spend a weekend. If you spend a weekend, you can pick up on some traits, some slick, nasty behaviors. You can see if it's clean, or if it's just straightened up. You can tell. You can see. Look around. I promise you, you can feel the cleanliness, or you can feel the dirt. Yeah. It's gonna be there.
Or so.
They got them roaches. It's over. Like, I ain't going. I ain't spending night nowhere. I can't.
I'm itching. My kneecap itching.
Nah, bro. Nope.
I'm not gonna be.
It ain't happening. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Who is these people that you dating? Where they at?
Not able to.
So definitely, I mean, for me, it's a no. For me, it's a no-go, because I've been through the grapevine, and I've had some experiences. I'll definitely let y'all know some stuff in my life. Woo! Y'all got time for that? But no, for real, I say no. Enjoy your space. Enjoy your freedom. Enjoy your own personal time. I promise you, because when you live with somebody and you get in that space, you got to start answering and doing stuff that you probably wouldn't want to answer and do when you by yourself. So I think being by yourself also in that space gives you time to just be. Just be, give you that dating space too, give you a chance to miss each other. I just really think that's your own place is appropriate for the dating phase.
Yeah. Okay. So this month we're highlighting multiple sclerosis. As you guys know, we try to highlight someone specifically, or an organization, specifically each month. And this month is multiple sclerosis month, or National Multiple Sclerosis Month. And so that's why I have my orange on, and we have our orange on to support the cause. It is something that I'm going to get into that's definitely personal to me. Many of you guys, if you don't know me or you just maybe see me through the podcast, but I personally have multiple sclerosis or MS. So I am just going to tell you a little bit about my story. So I was diagnosed February of 2011. Just to give you a little background, that's 6 months after I got married. Got married in 2010, July, had a chronic illness, MS, in February of the next year, 2011. Um, we're definitely going to give you facts on it, but personally, things that I've suffered from, it can affect a lot of different things because it does affect your brain and your spinal cord, and nerves within your spinal cord. So um, it is the coating around your spinal cord that is damaged, and wherever that is located in your spine or in your brain connection between your spine, that is the part, excuse me, that will impact you physically. So some things that I've suffered with is walking properly, my gait being off, my vision has been impacted, bladder, um, and of course, when I first found out, there was depression. That was something. It took me a while. Actually, this is the first time that I am publicly speaking about having MS. But of course, I've had it for so long, and it's managed well for me. But I'd like to think that I look better than what I've been through. So hopefully, I would love to hear if anybody that's suffering from MS, or you know anybody. We do have the MS walk that's coming up, and I just ordered some shirts for my husband and my kids, and we are this year, since COVID and all of that, instead of a major walk, they are hashtagging walk MS, and you just walk on your own. So yeah, I want to join the movement to help raise money, hopefully to find a cure for it. Let's just walk, and hashtag MS, walk MS.
So with MS, when you first got diagnosed, especially being 6 months after being married, how was that for you emotionally? Like how was that?
Emotionally, it was tough. I definitely remember specifically telling my husband, they told me, of course, what it was, etc., and all of this stuff. But I'm like, we hadn't been married that long, and I know we took vows and all of these things, but realistically, you just don't think something will impact you like that you can't get rid of. And so I told him, this is your out. You can go. Like I remember him saying, what you mean? Like, no, for better or for worse. I'm thankful he did that. But yeah. So yeah, and I gotta shout out Travonda Purtle. I think she was Davis at the time. She's a friend of mine, one of my besties that is a physician assistant. And before that, I remember her saying, do you want me to talk to you as a friend, or do you want me to talk to you as a medical professional? And I was like, what you mean? Because at the time, I didn't know what the diagnosis would be. And I'm like, you can talk to me however, it's not a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
is it? And she was like, and so she battled with it, but she was like, all I want you to do is when you go in, make sure that they rule out MS. And I was like, what's that? And she was like, it's not important what it is. Just know that it's treatable, and let's keep talking as friends, and just kept it moving.
And now that you have, of course, your husband stayed, of course. He better stay. Of course. And you know me.
Yes.
So and now you're a mother. So with two kids and having MS, how has that impacted you from with being a mom and then having MS? How have you gone through that process of life?
Well, definitely. When they told me what it was and I got the diagnosis, of course, they call you in this room that's not a normal examination table or anything. It's a room with, I think, 2 chairs or something like that. And they told me what I had MS and explained what it was. That was one of the first questions that I asked. Can I have children, or can we have children? And they assured me, and even though they did assure me, like, you can have kids, and actually MS makes your pregnancy better. We don't know why, but it's something that your body's producing. And I'm like, yeah, right. It's going to be my luck. Nah, I ain't going to be it. But apparently I am very fertile. Both of my children, each time I got pregnant, and because my pregnancies did have to be planned, because I had to go off medication and things. But as soon as I was off of it and trying, I was pregnant within that month of trying. So I was lucky in that aspect, but I didn't worry with my first one. I still worried that I was going to be able to do things with her. Like I remember being very nervous, being at home by myself. I was like, what if something happens? Because it is a possibility within 6 months you can have a relapse after giving birth. And so I'm like,
what is a relapse? What does that mean for people who don't know?
Some of the relapses that I've had, like I said, I've had difficulty walking. Like the worst probably was I literally couldn't walk for long periods of time. I remember your favorite store, Target, having to ride the little motorized thing around the store. That's not a good feeling, because at the time, I'm fairly young, in my 30s, and I'm like, but I mean, you have to adapt. Of course, it passed, and it's just a time frame that you treat it right then, and they treat it with steroids, excuse me. And so that's in my arms, like an IV, and it'll help get better at that moment. Generally, for me, it did. It's always worked for me. And I've had it as pills before, but that's what I really worried about most, that I wouldn't be able to be a good enough parent, because physically I thought the ball was going to drop, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, y'all, she's awesome. She's a good mom, great mother. I have to pep talk her a little bit, but she good. She is good. She's a good mom, and I can understand. Even though I don't know what it's like to have MS, but being definitely a friend of stories and just being there, encouraging. I think that's a good thing too for people out here. If you have a friend or somebody who may just be battling with something, I think just being there, us talking, reassuring you everything's going to be okay. All of that was from my end what I could do as a friend. So
yeah, and so I definitely realized that stuff that I was worried about was normal stuff. Like I worried because I had MS, but Sean was always there like, oh, that's normal. Now this child gonna be okay, or she gonna be all right. And so by the time my second child, Elena, came along, it was just like, all right, bye. I didn't worry about being home by myself with them, and we were going, rolling. So as much as we could. Now, do I want to necessarily get out with both of them and get both of them out the car? That's just me being not want to worry with stuff too much, the car seats and all of that stuff. But I mean,
you're doing good right now. So with MS, you pretty much living normal life. You're not, and she's a teacher, so right. you have to talk to students, and you walk. You're in a class. You're moving. So yeah, currently now living with MS seems to be still, it's still it's a part of your daily life, but you're definitely living well with it.
Yeah, definitely have adjusted. It's things that the biggest thing that I feel that I can do most things, but it's things that I can't do that I used to be. I used to love to wear my heels and things like that. And not so much now. It's not possible. I can't really walk in heels that much anymore, but I do okay with wedges, and I still can look fly without them. So it's things that took some getting used to, but we adjust, or I do.
This month, we're going to be highlighting multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis is a disease of the central nervous system that disrupts the flow of information between the brain and the body. Nearly 1 million people are living with MS in the United States. Some symptoms of multiple sclerosis include fatigue, numbing and tingling, walking or gait difficulties, weakness, dizziness or vertigo, and bladder problems. Different types of MS include relapsing remitting, secondary progressive, or primary progressive. Some treatments that are included for MS are disease-modifying medications, treatment of relapses, rehabilitation, emotional support, exercise, and of course, a well-balanced diet. Currently, there are several fundraising opportunities. The most popular are Walk for MS as well as Bike for MS. This information came from www.nationalmssociety.org. Again, that's www.nationalmssociety.org.
Okay, y'all, this is our new segment. It's called What a Man. So we are introducing a segment where we are highlighting amazing things that men are doing in either someone's lives personally, their children's lives, in the community, in their business. So what we want you to do is be a part of this segment, engage with us, reach out to us and give us the name as well as some background information on someone that you would like to highlight in your life that has done something great, significant. It doesn't have to be huge, but definitely something that he is doing that you want to recognize him on. So we want to recognize the men for showing up, for stepping up and being amazing. You can send us their information
At notjgt02@gmail. Again, our email is notjgt02@gmail.com.
Yes, send us a picture as well as a small bio on, what it is that he does, how he has made a significant impact on your life or someone or, community, the lives of others around him. We definitely want to uplift the men in our communities, just all over. We want to uplift them and give them a space where we can definitely recognize their accomplishments. Tiffany, who we highlight?
We're gonna highlight my dad, Mr. As you guys can call him, Mr. Kendrick Cocroft. He is one of the most honorable men that I know in my life. I think definitely, truly, he allowed me to be able to know great expectations. And I think the standards that I knew what type of man I wanted, someone greater that treated me greater than my dad. And I definitely can say that in my husband. He meets the bar. He met my dad's bar. But he's one of the hardest working men that I know. He's always worked 2 jobs. Now he's finally down to 1 job. Not gonna say his age, but he's in his late 50s. We'll say that. But he's one of the hardest working men I know. He's always, like I said, worked 2 jobs. He's a proud veteran, served in the military, the Army. And also, he's always here to give me sound advice and just not judgmental, always telling me facts, truths, and never judgmental. And I just want to give a shout out to my father, Kendrick Cocroft. I love you.
Yes, we doing some things. Let us know. We trying to keep y'all engaged with us as a part of the podcast for the Not Just Girl Talk. Sit back, relax, and engage with us. So come and join us on our different platforms on Instagram, Facebook. Email us for the What a Man segment. We want to highlight that special man in your life that you may know of. We definitely want to highlight them. So before we get out of here, always 2 things that we want to make sure you do. Number 1, refill your cup.
And vibe with Tiffany and Ashanti.